Namaste, this is Ramesh Naidu from Target School. Today topic Properties of Numbers Part 2 for 8th class students. Right? In the previous video we discussed about closure law and commutative law. Yes. Now in this video we discuss about remaining properties. The third one is associative law. Yes. So what it says that associative law, observe carefully. If A comma B comma C, three numbers, if A comma B comma C belongs to set P, P is any set of numbers, right? So these three numbers belongs to P, then A star B star C. So observe carefully. A star B star C is equal to A star B star C. Right? So in this simplification, first you have to simplify BC. After that A with A, right? A star B star C is equal to A star B star C. We know very well here star is any operation, that is arithmetic operation, either plus or minus or into or division, right? And ABC are any three numbers. See, so first I have to simplify in this bracket, that is B star C. Next to A star this result, right? Or A star B. First I have to simplify these two and this result star with this C. I have to simplify these two. So this is called associative law. It is LHS and it is RHS, right? Yes, let me do an example. First, set of natural numbers. Take any three natural numbers. We know very well natural numbers. N is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. That is set of natural numbers. Next to W whole numbers. Just 0 included in natural numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Next to integers. Integers are 0 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2. So natural numbers are also there and their negatives also there. 0 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 plus or minus 3 and so on. And the rational numbers Q, x such that x equal to P by Q. So the numbers which are in P by Q form are called rational numbers. Here Q not equal to 0 and PQ belongs to integers, right? Yes, let's check the set of natural numbers which are satisfy associative law under addition, subtraction and multiplication, division. Yes, now check. Example. First take natural numbers. Take any three natural numbers. If 2, 3, 4 belongs to natural numbers. If 2, 3, 4 belongs to natural numbers, then yes, under addition, here star is any operation. So whether it is addition or subtraction or multiplication or division, yes, any operation. First in addition, then A is 2, B is 3, C is 4. It is A, it is B, it is C. Right? A star, A plus. First take operation plus. A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. See, A plus B plus C. Here star is operation addition. Right? Is equal to A plus B plus C. Yes. Simplify this. Here A is 2, 2 plus B is 3 plus C is 4 is equal to A plus B 2 plus 3 plus C is 4, right? So in simplification, we follow Bodmer's rule. First, you have to simplify in bracket. So 3 plus 4, 7. 2 plus it is 7 is equal to 2 plus 3, 5 plus 4. 2 plus 7, 9, and 5 plus 4 also 9. So 9 is equal to 9. It satisfies, right? See, set of natural numbers satisfy associative law under operation addition, right? Next, we take subtraction. Yes, check its subtraction. In subtraction, a plus b plus c. In subtraction, a minus b minus c. Subsequently, here 2. 2 minus 3 minus 4. 2 minus 3 minus 4 is equal to 2 minus 3 minus 4. See, 2 minus 3 minus 4 is equal to 2 minus 3 minus 4. Yes, first simplify in bracket. 2 minus 3 minus 4 minus 1 is equal to 2 minus 3 minus 1 minus 4. Minus or minus plus. 2 plus 1, 3. Minus 1 minus 4 minus 5. Are they equal? They are not equal. So it not satisfy, right? So under addition satisfy, but under subtraction not satisfy. In the same way, in multiplication, see, 2 into 3 into 4 is equal to 2 into 3 into 4. 2 into, first simplify this, 3 4s are 12 is equal to 2 3s are 6 into 4. 12 to 2 12s are 24 is equal to 6 4s are 24. Yes, it is true. Satisfy. Set of natural numbers satisfy associative law under multiplication. See, under addition okay, multiplication okay, but not in subtraction because it is reversal. See, so under division also not satisfy, right? So therefore, set of natural numbers n satisfy associative law. Associative law under plus into only, right? So when given equalities in this way, LHS, RHS, in this equality, so it satisfies under only addition and multiplication, not subtraction, not division, because in division they are reversible, right? So in the same way, not only n, whole numbers also, and integers also, and the rational numbers also, right? So finally, we conclude that set of natural numbers, set of whole numbers, set of integers, and a set of rational numbers satisfy associative law. Associative law under addition and into only, right? So why? Because means this is an equality. So when substitute ABC values in both sides we got equal values, otherwise not satisfied. So under addition, under multiplication only it is satisfied, but in minus means there are different values came. In division also different values came. In division they change the numerator and the denominator, right? next property, identity property or identity law, right? Yes, listen. Identity law. So what it says? Observe carefully. If A belongs to P, if A belongs to P, A is any number, it is belongs to a set of numbers P. A belongs to P, and there exists another number E is also belongs to P. See, A belongs to P and there exists another element E also belongs to P. Then A star E, star is any operation which is either plus or minus or into or division. A star E is equal to E star A is equal to A only, right? So here there is no the use of E. A star E is equal to A. E star A is equal to A. But here A is an identity element. There is no the use of E, right? Just to E అనే ఎలిమెంట్ ఉంటుంది, కానీ మనం ఇలా అడిషన్, సబ్ట్రాక్షన్, మల్టిప్లికేషన్, డివిజన్ ఏం చేసినా కూడా అదే ఎలిమెంట్ వస్తుంది, ఏనే వస్తుంది. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఈ అనేదాన్ని ఐడెంటిటీ ఎలిమెంట్ అంటారు, రైట్? సో హియర్ ద ఎలిమెంట్ E is called, E is identity element. E is called identity element. Right? E is called identity element. Yes. Think yourself. In addition, what is identity element? In addition, 0 is identity element because in addition 2 plus 0 is equal to 2 only, right? So 0 plus 2 is equal to 2 only. So 0 is additive identity element, right? In multiplication, what is identity element? In multiplication, 1 is identity element. Suppose 2 into 1 is equal to 2 only. 1 into 2 is equal to 2 only. So here 1 is called multiplicative identity element, right? So in addition 0 is identity element. In multiplication 1 is identity element, right? Yes. Let me do an example. See, let's take a set of natural numbers. Set of natural numbers. There is no element 0. Natural numbers lo 0 లేదు. So natural number starts from 1 only. So in addition, 0 is identity element, but 0 does not belongs to n. So n does not satisfy identity law under addition because 0 does not belongs to n. Okay? Yes, only 1 is there. So 1 is multiplicative identity in multiplication, right? See, if take any number, any natural number 3 belongs to n and 1 also belongs to n. 1 also belongs to n. 3 is natural number and 1 is also natural number. Then, yes, in multiplication, 3 into 1 is equal to 1 into 3 is equal to 3 only. Here 1 is identity element in multiplication, right? So here 1 is called multiplicative identity element. So 1 is called identity element in multiplication, right? So it is known as multiplicative identity multiplicative identity element, right? Here one is called multiplicative identity element. So but n set of natural numbers does not satisfy identity law under addition, because 0 is identity element in addition. So but 0 does not belongs to n. Okay, but set of natural numbers n does not satisfy identity law under addition, right? Because the element 0 does not belongs to natural number. Okay, 0 does not belongs to n. So that's why set of natural numbers does not satisfy identity law under addition, right? Next, take whole numbers, set of whole numbers. Take next example. Take any two whole numbers, but 0 belongs to whole number, right? 0 belongs to W, so it satisfies identity law under addition and multiplication also. So 0 belongs to W and 1 also belongs to W, right? Yes. If, come on, 2 belongs to W and there exists 0 belongs to W, right? 2 belongs to W and 0 also belongs to W. Then, so first check in addition. 2 plus 0 is equal to 0 plus 2 is equal to 2 only, right? 2 plus 0, 2. 0 plus 2 also 2, right? Here 0 is called identity element in addition, right? Here 0 is called, in addition it is identity element in addition, so it is called additive identity element, right? It's called additive identity element, right? So 0 is called additive identity element, that means identity element in addition. Okay, is next. 1 also belongs to W. Now in multiplication, 2 belongs to W and there exists 1 also belongs to W. Then in multiplication, 2 into 1 is equal to 1 into 2 is equal to 2 only. Here 1 is called identity element in multiplication. So 1 is called multiplicative identity element, right? Here 1 is called multiplicative identity element. Right? So once again listen, 0 is called additive identity element and 1 is called multiplicative identity element, right? So if any set containing these two elements, 0 and 1 elements, then the set satisfied identity law under addition and multiplication, right? But not satisfied in subtraction and division. Why? In subtraction, here observe carefully, A star E and reverse E star A. So in doing subtraction, A minus E minus A, they are different. So in subtraction does not satisfy, right? And division also, A divided by E divided by A. Here numerator and denominator will change. So that is also not satisfied. So for every equality, satisfy only addition and multiplication, right? Not in subtraction, not in division. Okay. So finally we conclude that so n only, there is no zero. So n only satisfy identity law under multiplication, but not in addition. But remaining W, I, Q are having 0, 1, 0, 1, 0 also rational numbers, right? So finally we conclude that W, I, set of whole numbers, set of integers and set of rational numbers satisfy identity law. Identity law under addition into only, right? But n satisfy n. Set of natural numbers satisfy identity law and into only, because there is no zero, right? So very important, practice yourself and learn well, right? Keep in your mind. Next to fifth property, inverse law. So observe carefully, inverse. Inverse means opposite. So what is the inverse of plus is minus. What is the inverse of minus is plus. Okay. In addition, plus minus minus plus, both are inverses together, right? And in multiplication, inverse of multiplication is division. Inverse of division is multiplication. Okay. So observe carefully. Inverse law. If A belongs to P, any number A belongs to set of numbers P, and there exist B also belongs to P. See, A belongs to P and there exists B also belongs to P. Then A star B is equal to B star A is equal to E. So we know very well what is E here. E is identity element, right? So A star B is equal to B star A. We get an identity element. This is called inverse law. Okay. See here, B is called inverse of A and A is called inverse of B. So A, B are inverses to each other. A ki inverse B avutundi, B ki inverse A avutundi, right? So both are inverses to each other. So finally we get an identity element, right? Here B is called inverse of A, right? B is called inverse of A. Under which operation? Star operation. Under operation star, under the operation, right? And A is called So B is called inverse of A, then A is called inverse of B. Both are inverses to each other, right? So this is inverse law, right? Now let me explain an example. So we know very well. So what is the inverse of plus? Plus ki inverse minus, minus ki inverse plus. But in natural numbers there is no negatives, right? And whole numbers also there is no negatives, only zero positive. Here positive only. Okay? So natural numbers, whole numbers does not satisfy inverse law under addition. So why? Because means under addition the inverse is minus. There is no negative values, right? That do not satisfy. So now take integers. Integers in this there are positives and negatives. Okay? Yes. Let's take integers. If 2 belongs to I, 2 belongs to I, and minus 2 is also belongs to I. 2 is an integer, minus 2 also an integer. So it is positive, its negative is minus 2, right? Both are belongs to I. See, integers having all 0, plus 1, minus 1, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, right? There are negatives and positives. Then in addition, okay, in addition 2 plus minus 2 is equal to minus 2 plus 2 is equal to, see, plus 2 minus 2 cancel, here minus 2 plus 2 cancel, we get 0. 0 is additive identity element. See, minus 2 inverse is 2, 2 inverse is minus 2. In addition, by adding both 2 we get the additive identity element, that is 0, right? So it's satisfied in addition. So but in subtraction not satisfying. Why? This is an equality. Equalities are not satisfied under subtraction and division also. Why? Because in subtraction they are reversed, right? Values are changed. In division also, numerator denominator will change. So under subtraction division not satisfied. Okay. Under addition okay, but in multiplication, so into inverse is divided by. So what is the inverse of 2 is 1 by 2, but there is no fractions. Ikkada fractions no, so it satisfies all. But q, it has fractions, p by q forms. Next, if 2 belongs to rational numbers and there exist 1 by 2 is also belongs to q. See, 2 is rational number, 1 by 2 also a rational number. So 2 inverse 1 by 2 in a multiplication, right? But in integers there is no fractions. So NW does not satisfy inverse law under addition and multiplication also, because there is no negatives and there is no fractions. So I satisfy only inverse law in addition but not in multiplication, because there is no fractions. But Q satisfy under addition and multiplication, because here negatives are there and fractions also there. So then 2 into 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2 into 2 is equal to 2 to cancel, 2 to cancel, that is 1. 1 is identity element in multiplication, right? So it's satisfied. So from this finally we conclude that Q satisfy inverse law under addition and multiplication also. So integers also rational numbers. But rational numbers need not integers, right? So finally we conclude that n comma w does not satisfy inverse law under all operations plus minus into division. సో ఈ రెండు దేనిలో సాటిస్ఫై కావు. ఎందుకు అంటే న్యాచురల్ నంబర్స్ లో నెగటివ్స్ లేవు అండ్ ఫ్రాక్షన్స్ లేవు. డబ్ల్యూ లో కూడా అంతే, నెగటివ్స్ లేవు, ఫ్రాక్షన్స్ లేవు. మనం ఎందుకు వాటి గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నాం అంటే ఇన్వర్స్ లో ప్లస్ కి ఇన్వర్స్ మైనస్, మైనస్ కి ఇన్వర్స్ ప్లస్, రైట్, రెండు ఉండాలి. బట్ ఇందులో లేవు. మల్టిప్లికేషన్ కి ఇన్వర్స్ డివిజన్, డివిజన్ కి ఇన్వర్స్ మల్టిప్లికేషన్, అవి కూడా ఇందులో డివిజన్స్ మీన్స్ ఫ్రాక్షన్ టైప్ లేవు కాబట్టి సాటిస్ఫై కావు. బట్ ఐ ఇంటీజర్స్, సెట్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటీజర్స్ satisfy inverse law under plus under addition only, right? So because in the set I has negatives also but not in fractions, so I లో negatives ఉంటాయి, positives ఉంటాయి. అందుకు ఇన్వర్స్ లో అడిషన్ లో మాత్రమే సాటిస్ఫై అవుతుంది, బట్ డివిజన్ లో కాదు. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ Q, set of rational numbers satisfy inverse law under plus into only. into లో కూడా సాటిస్ఫై అవుతుంది ఎందుకంటే రేషనల్ నంబర్స్ లో p by q ఫార్మ్ ఫ్రాక్షన్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, ఎస్.